All right, guys, I am a liar. I am sorry that I am 19 minutes later than I said I was going to be, but had some good meetings. If you ever become a client, it's going to be great because I was working on stuff for you. But for everyone else, sorry. So today we're going to cover just social media, a really simple stuff. I'm not going to show you a bunch of examples of posts or anything because honestly, just it needs to be you. It needs to be your own wording and all of that. But what I want to cover is when to post and how to just know what to post when. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people tend to ignore and they tend to think, "Oh my gosh, what do I post? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think about. Like it's so complicated and all that." And it's really not is the thing. Like homeowners really just want to see who you are, that you're doing your work. They want to see that you people are enjoying working with you. So they just want to see you're legit. I mean, they're definitely nervous about hiring contractors because there's a lot of contractors that are not legit. But if you are legit, you're in a pretty good spot with them. And then it moves more towards like how do they treat their customers? How legit are they? And all that. And the best thing you can do is just show them what you do. And so what I want to go over and everything that I really try to put together is like process driven. So it's like, and when I say process driven, like everything's process driven in general from a business perspective or should be. But what I really mean is like from the moment a lead comes in to the moment the job is closed out, how can we add in things that are revenue generating or are able to help just promote what you're doing or are able to get you more referrals or anything like that. So that's kind of what we focus on here in this roofing brand builders group is how can we create more revenue generating activities throughout from the moment a lead turns into an appointment all the way to months after the job's closed. And one of the ways is let's be active on social media. So a lot of people talk about how boosting posts is terrible. So I wholeheartedly disagree. The reason I wholeheartedly disagree is because you're never, as a roofing contractor, likely or you don't need to become a Facebook ads expert. So boosting posts is there so that it's easy. So you can do it from your phone so that the average business owner is able to click a few buttons and get it going. And you should take advantage of that feature. Now, if you are trying to run like some big in-depth thousands of dollar campaign, then yeah, probably not. But for what we're going to talk about, I just want to start before we even go too far is every post on your page can and maybe should be boosted. Why? Because engagement's important. No matter how much it sucks, you do need to have some engagement on your profile. Otherwise, people are just seeing that you're putting all this effort in and no one's engaging. The other thing that sucks is when you're posting from your business page, which is where you probably should post most of your stuff because that's like what they're going to be looking up when they're looking up your company. The business page on Facebook has less reach than almost anything. And why? Because they want you to run ads, because they want you to boost posts. So they're going to make it difficult for you to get good engagement, for you to get things unless you're boosting posts. That's why you see a lot of people who know marketing and all that and are trying to get business more online, posting a lot more on their personal profile and building up the personal brand. It's not just because we like to talk and dance on social media. It's because we want to make sure that people see us and we want to maximize our reach. And the way to maximize your reach when outside of paid is just on your personal profile. But a personal brand in roofing is important, but it's a little bit less of a like direct correlation to big money. So what we're going to talk about today is what to do on your business profile. Going to start with this, a process driven strategy. Is this even showing up? That's weird. There we go. Okay. So a process-driven social media strategy. I got a little lost there. So on this video, it's going to be quick. I'm just going to kind of go over like what to post when throughout your process. And we're going to start with when the inspection happens. And then we're going to end with after the job's complete, when you're like doing your final walkthrough. So process-driven social media strategy. So the first one we want to look at is at the inspection. You definitely want to show this piece of what you're doing. If you're out there inspecting a lot of roofs and all of that, like that's one of the first things you're trying to sell them on. You're not trying to sell people a new roof right away. What you're trying to sell them on is that they should get their roof inspected. So if you're going to convince them that they need their roof inspected, you can give them some signs that maybe they do need a roof inspection. So looking at when to make posts and kind of what to document, because really it's all about documenting your day and who you are and what you stand for. A big thing is at the inspection. So some things you can do there is like go post stories. So little video of you finding a leak or pictures of hail damage and all of that. Stories have more reach than for a business page than your actual post. So stories are something that if you're able, like if you always have a story, it lasts for 24 hours. So if you always have 2 or 3, always, like every 24 hours you post 1 or 2, then you're always going to be there. It doesn't mean that they're all going to see it, but like there's a good reach. The other thing is go live. Don't be scared to get in front of the camera, and you don't even have to show your face. If you want to go live, if you find something good, and what I mean by that is like, say it's entertaining. So say, okay, I found a dead raccoon, or I found a bunch of random stuff. Like this is just a bunch of weird stuff that I'm finding on a roof, or you find a bullet, something that kind of is going to pull them in where they're like, what did he find? What was that on the roof? That's a good opportunity to go live and to kind of walk people through it and get people who were never going to go on the roof themselves, show them kind of the stuff that you see that's a little crazy. You can also go live if you see like a roof that's torn up, or if you see like a roof that I was on when I was running a roofing company for a bit, had a ton of damage. And I was like, what the heck? Is this the one roof in this neighborhood that got hit with whatever storm this was? And I was looking and couldn't figure it out. And then all of a sudden it clicked. That's foot traffic from when these people who had some money were getting their Christmas lights put together. So they had a crazy amount of damage and roof leaks from the people who put their Christmas lights up. That's a little thing that a lot of the time homeowners don't think about, that anytime someone's on their roof, if they're walking around just like doing dumb stuff, it could turn into a problem. So that's a good just example of something to do it. Also, as you're going, you want to document and take the right photos for later as well. So if you're using company cam or not, either way, take a good before picture. So whether you close them or not, you should have this just ready in case you do. But at that inspection, take the before picture. Try to take it at a good angle. Try to take it at an angle that you're going to be able to repeat once the roof is done, and where it shows everything. And usually from like the front, where like in the after photo, your yard side could be there. So far enough back, maybe from like the curb, take that before photo, and always do that because you want to close them. And if you do close them, you want to have a good before and after photo. So one of the best ones is, this is the roof before I touched it in any way, before my guys are here or anything. And then so you can show them that good transformation. So next time to start looking at your posts is the day of the job. So stories of jobs, same thing. Remember, stories are good. So if you can post stories of inspection, post stories of jobs, and it just shows kind of people like what you're doing all day and what it's like to be a roofer and what they might be able to expect and what you're looking for and all that. So just show that stuff. This is a good one. Go live. So go live on the job site and kind of be, I left it at the bottom, but be the MC of the roof, like of the roofing project. So go live, say, hey, man, we're replacing this roof over here in Shady Groves. And when we showed up, we inspected their roof a couple weeks ago and saw that there was some serious hail damage. If you're in this area, you probably would have gotten it as well. But what we found with them specifically is they had a hail damage on this slope, and then on this slope, there was some, but a little less. The insurance company tried to give us some issues, but we ended up getting it pushed through. So now to kind of tell you what's happening now, right now, we tear off every shingle that we and all the underlayment anytime we replace a roof. Some roofing contractors who maybe take shortcuts do what's called the layover. So they're just putting the roof on top of the old roof. We want to make sure that we see everything that happened there and that we know what we're working with in case we need to do that. So right now we're doing the tear off. Next step is going to be the dry in. And you can walk over to your palette of your materials and like, this is the material we use. We always use this Rhino roof in synthetic underlayment or whatever you use, or roof runner, or we always use this. On the valleys, we're going to put this. This is the valley is when the roof shows up like this, and we always put the ice and water here because that's an area that gets a lot of water. So that, and what we're doing, we're putting on a great Max Def Moray black roof here. They were excited about this color. This is one of my personal favorite colors, and this is what it looks like in the package, and I'll show you some pictures later of what it looks like when it's all done. And this is our crew leader. His name's Robert. He is amazing. He's always kind of here to keep the guys in check. I just kind of watch. He's really the one running the show. So wave to the camera, Robert. Oh, hey, what's up? All right. So thanks so much. By the way, guys, if you ever need us to come check out your roof, our inspections are absolutely free, and we're here to help and just make sure that your home is taken care of. Have a good day. That is an example of a live that you could go from a job site. You're kind of walking around, moving them around, educating them, showing them the stuff, and make it fun. Have fun. I mean, a lot of the time, you're probably like joking around with the crew, and the crew's laughing and having a good time. You're maybe up there. You can climb on the ladder. Like, just make it fun. This is the kind of thing that people like to see. So you want to show personality. People like to do business with people. They don't really have that much of an inclination to do business with the business unless they understand the people inside and the culture inside that makes up that business. And that's how they make their decisions. So next, that's kind of what to do during the job site. The next thing that we want to look at is the post-job inspection. And guys, while I'm doing this, if you're watching, I see about 5 of you, show some love. Do likes, hearts, anything. It helps me get this in front of more people. So if there's any value that you're getting right now, give me some little engagement. That's helpful. So post-inspection / closeout. If you're not doing this, I really suggest that you do. After the roof replacement, the next day or anything like that, do an inspection of the roof. And that's a great opportunity to, one, sell a referral program, two, to begin like to take some great pictures, and three, to get some stuff out of the homeowner that maybe you wouldn't have gotten otherwise, like in the craziness of the job when y'all are just kind of finishing up and it's an exhausting situation. So Ashley, I just saw your comment. Please have Vinny do live videos. I think he would do very well at that. Y'all might become a sensation on social media. So post-job inspections and closeout. So first step is do the after picture. Remember, we expected to close the job, so we took that good after picture of, and we want to make sure the yard sign's in there this time and the roof looks great, and if hopefully it's a sunny day and everything looks pristine, and you can show this is what it looked like before we touched it, this is what it looks like after, this is how much better this project, this is what we were able to do, this is the transformation. Another thing that you want to do is try to get a picture of the homeowner with your yard sign in front of the roof, probably the same general picture as this as the after picture, like the same general angle. So This is an important one, and I'll go over why here in a second. A video testimonial. Guys, if you don't ask, no asky, no giddy. So ask them, hey, can I film you really quickly, just like answering a couple questions? It'll take 45 seconds. It's just always good to hear from the clients on how their experience was. Like, sure, fine. Like, you're not going to post it anywhere? Yeah, well, we're going to post it. But you look great, Mrs. Jones. Don't even worry. Okay, fine. Then just ask these 3 simple questions. Hey, what was your fear before you hired us or a contractor in general to replace your roof? And they're going to say the generic stuff. Oh, well, we just wanted to make sure we found someone we could trust. We thought it was going to be expensive. We just wanted to make sure insurance covered it, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Well, can you tell everyone what it was like working with us? Like, what was the experience? Like, can you just describe that? Oh, well, it was great. Like, I was dealing with John over here, and John was able to do some really, like, he helped us with our insurance. He made it so easy, and I just barely even had to think about it. And then he walked us through the whole process. He explained what was going on. We just really appreciate it, and we really do love our new roof. We're excited to show it off to the neighborhood. Yeah, best roof in town. Okay. And what would you say to someone who is on the fence about what contractor to choose? And hopefully maybe they can choose us. Oh, well, you get off the fence. So ABC Roofing is the best roofing company I've ever dealt with. They're easy, they're reliable, they're trustworthy, and ask for John because he's great. Okay, great. Thanks so much. We're done. Have that. Now you have the video. And then in person, once again, no asky, no giddy. Ask for a review and get the review and try to get it in person. Don't just say, will you give me a review later? Look at them and say, hey, would you mind giving me a Google review of your experience? I can send you. Do you want me to send you the link real quick? Yes. Okay, here, I'll send it to you. Make sure it works because sometimes when you click, it makes you log in. So I just want to make sure you know how to get there. Get them all the way to the point of having the option to fill it out on their phone right then and there, and then they'll write it and you'll be good. Oh, thanks so much. Great words, blah, 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 blah. We all know Google doesn't show it. So also have them take a picture or something, a screenshot if you don't get a notification, but you'll probably get a notification. So next step, post-job post. So these are some of the most important and some of my favorite ones. Post the before and after. Remember, we took the before and after post. We want to make sure to post that and have it say something like, hey, we are grateful for Mr. and Mrs. Jones for allowing us to replace their roof in Timber Grove. They had damage from the recent storm, and we helped them get their roof fully covered by insurance. We replaced it with a beautiful Moray black roof. Well, I'll add that. It's one of my favorite looking roofs. Max Def Moray black. It's great. With a beautiful certainty Max Def Moray black roof. So say, hey, they had damage from the recent storm. We replaced it with a beautiful Max Def Moray black roof. If you need us to check out your roof, reach out to us and we'll inspect your roof for no charge. I know y'all don't like to say free inspection, but this is, you need to figure out, what are you actually marketing? Are you marketing a roof replacement or are you marketing a free inspection? A free inspection is a lot easier for people to bite on. So figure out a way to word it and figure out a way to make sure people realize all you're doing is allowing us to tell you what we see on our roof. So get that going. This is where you post. This is where you really start boosting. So boost this post. Boost it for $5 a day or something for a week. When you boost it, choose just like a mile radius around the neighborhood. Some accounts I think are having an update where you can't get the same, where you can't say people living in this location only. That's okay, because who's hanging out in the location to see the ad? You know, if you do a mile radius, someone 10 miles away won't see the ad. So just make sure you're showing this over and over again to these people and post it a mile radius. That way, someone who's 2 blocks away will be like, I live in Timber Grove. Oh, I think I know Mrs. Jones from the neighborhood association, blah, blah, blah. and they're like, oh, Mrs. Jones used ABC Roofing. Okay, maybe that's who I should use too. So these are a good way to just get in front of the right people. If you got the video testimonial, post it. Use some whatever video editing software you can. It's really not that hard to do. You can even do it from your phone. Like if you have an iPhone, you can crop videos and just get the good parts there. So post that, make it easy. You don't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be professionally produced, but post this video maybe the next day or something and boost this post as well. Same location, same everything. Post, then boost. Then screenshot the Google review that they left and post this. Thanks so much. And if you can, tag them. Thanks so much, Cody, for trusting us with your project. We do not take this lightly and appreciate your kind words. Screenshot of Google review. Post that, boost it, maybe the day after the video testimonial. If you are doing more than one roof a month, like if you're doing 3-4 roofs a month or 10 roofs a month, hopefully you're doing more than 3 or 4, but if you're doing 10 roofs a month or 12 roofs a month, if you do this every job, that is piles of social media content that you have. That is so much stuff to be posting over and over and over again. And this is the kind of thing where if you do this in combination with some of the other stuff I talk about in the trainings, in combination with the canvassing, in combination with the direct mail, in combination with just asking your neighbors to get in front of your other neighbors and all that, like if you do all this stuff and you make sure this is part of your process every time, you're going to experience a massive amount of just awareness, reach. Your company is going to be in front of more and more relevant people over and over and over again. And this is a way where you can really begin taking control of your marketing and stuff like this. And you're going to start seeing leads coming in from more and more places. And it's going to happen. I mean, if you do this for an entire year, I would guarantee you that your business would probably grow by 20 to 30% at a minimum. And that's if you don't do any of the other stuff. And that's not something I can do for you. That's not something a marketer can do for you. So that's one of the reasons why, like, I'm kind of big recently on like, do this stuff yourself. Don't have someone come in and promise you the world. Get someone on your team that maybe can take ownership of this, but have your team out taking the pictures, doing the content. You don't have to have it as this crazy, like, highly produced video. You don't have to have your logo in every photo. None of that stuff matters. What matters is consistency. And if you post relevant stuff over and over and over again, and people see that you're busy, which means you're legit, and a lot of people are choosing to work with you. If people see that you are getting engagement, that matters. If people see that you are consistent, that matters, and people like consistency. And if you show people all the way from inspection to the post-job inspection and the before and after and the happy customers, if people see that on somewhat of an ongoing basis, and they don't have to follow one job from start to finish, they can just see little bits and pieces of this content, it's going to be relevant. And then the boosting feature, it's really simple, and it's something that anyone can do if you just put a little effort into it. Boost all the posts that you make for $5 a day for a few days, a week, whatever. And if you do that on a normal basis, and if that's the kind of thing that you're able to put that into place, and then invite everyone that likes or engages with it to like your page, and you just have that as like the machine that you're going, it's not going to just like in 2 weeks change your life, or even a month change your life. This is an example of one more thing that compounds. Doing this over and over and over again, you're going to start seeing massive results over time. So as with most things in business, and this is, I think, one of the biggest, not social media specific, but just in general, most things in business, success comes from a lot of little things done over and over again and done right and done well. And I made the video last week about compounding. This is one of those things that compounds, and you want to do it over and over and over again. And I promise you, just trust me. If you do this and if you do this consistently, then you're going to experience growth. You're going to experience more quality traffic. You're going to experience better appointments, and you're going to start growing. If you do it for 30 days and then stop, and then you come to me saying, Brad, it's not working, I'm going to say, you should have done it for 45 days. You should have done it for 60 days, because this is not the kind of thing that just doesn't work. It's the kind of thing that just takes time to build up, and you have to build it up and you have to really get it going for a long time. So that's kind of it, guys. As always, we are working with some great companies right now, and I want to work with more great companies as well. What we do is we help you take a process-driven approach to your business's growth. So this is an example of kind of some of the social media stuff we do. It gets a lot more robust, and we have better ways of collecting some of this stuff once you're on the inside. We really just sell the implementation of all of this stuff in a way to where we're able to help you shortcut your way to figuring it all out and get it in place methodically and step by step, so that this time 30 days from now or whatever, if you hired us today, you're rock and rolling, you're making more money, and you're on your way to the massive results that come with putting some of this stuff in place. So guys, check it out. Reach out to me, reach out to Beth. You might see her around the group here coming up, and just let's make something happen. Appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day.